Okay, what we're going to do is I just want to recap on what we were talking about today. And what's really important is that you look at the lines and you look at the orange lines that I drew. But when you go from the center of the circle, and because all the radii are at right angles to the sides of the triangle, that they all bisect the angle. So the first part it's really easy to do, is just using the cosine rule. Second part is just using sine rule. Okay, then finding the area, half AB sine C, and then it says find the area of HSP in terms of OR. So we're talking about H, S, which is down there, and P, and using half the base by the perpendicular height. So you're using your OR there. So it's a half of 58 by OR, which is 29 OR. And then they want you to use the same idea of using half the base by the perpendicular height to find the other triangles. So you're looking at this one we've just found. This is a half of 30 by OR. This is a half of 54.4 by OR, which gives you that. Then they ask you to find what OR is, and because you knew what the area was by the other formula, you knew that 806.62 was equal to 71.2 OR, so OR was 11.3. And then this one was vertical. So what you're looking at here is that you understood that you had a vertical right angle triangle, that this is at 90-degree angles, and the triangle is P, S and T, and you've got tan 14. But how are we going to find SP? Well, SP we're going to have to use that we know this is the radius. We don't know what SP is, but we know that the angle up here, because this line bisects the angle, the angle 30.75. So we get the sine of 15.375 is 11.3 over PS. We get PS, and we use that then to find ST by using the tan of 14 is ST divided by PS. ST divided by TS. So the key to this question is just what I've shown you there. So then we were just reminding ourselves, find the values of x. If the sine of 2x is minus root 3 over 2, we know we have to use our cast. So our reference angle is equal to 30. So the angle of question is 180 minus 30, 180 plus 30. So 2x is 150 plus 360n. So x is 75 plus 180n. And you only allow n equal, because it says in the question that x has between 0 and 360. So x is 75 or 225. Or for the third quadrant answers, 2x is equal to 110 plus 360n. So x is equal to 105 plus 180n, which gives you 105 and 285. And that was in 2018. This was one, the reason I did this with you is because, again, it's a trigonometry question, but they're asking you to use cos A to find sine A. So you know it says, write the sine of 2A using my, on page 14 and 15 of the formula tables booklet, the sine of 2A is twice sine A cos A. I know what cos A is, so can I use that to find sine A? I create the right angle triangle that has an adjacent of y and a hypotenuse of 2, and I get that x is equal to the square root of y of 4 minus y squared. So the sine of A is the square root of 4 minus y squared divided by 2, which gives me the value of 2A in terms of y. Okay, this was just another little one, again, using my trig identities. Show that the cos of 2 theta is 1 minus 2 sine squared theta from my f and t. The cos of 2 theta is cos squared theta minus sine squared theta. But we know the sine squared theta plus cos squared theta is 1. So cos squared theta is 1 minus sine squared theta, which, going back into our formula here, gives me the sine of 2 theta is 1 minus 2. Cos of 2 theta is 1 minus 2 sine squared theta. Now this was the one that I thought was a great question. And And this was all, you were asked basically to find the angle that is in here, given that this is a cuboid. So what you had to do is that the triangle was an inverted triangle. So the diagonal of the bottom square was one side, the AC, which is x, was the other side, and then AB was the diagonal across the centre. The first thing you have to find out, well, how do I find what BC is? So if the two sides are x and x, this is going to be the square root of 2x squared, which is root 2x. So this is root 2 by x, this is x. So it gives me AB squared is 3x squared, which is x times root 3. But the two diagonals are going to bisect each other. So that's going to be root 3 over 2 times x. This is root 3 over 2 times x. This is x. I'm interested in the angle. I'm using the cosine rule, and I get the cos of A is equal to plus 1/3. Very clever little question. You can pause this video if you want to go through that a bit more slowly. I'm just using the cosine rule. X squared is equal to root 3 over 2x to be squared plus root 3 over 2x to be squared minus twice root 3 over 2x, root 3 over 2x by the cos of A. Lovely little question, and was just all about your diagram. And basically allowing that if this is a cube, then all sides must be equal to x. Okay, this was just a little reminder about trigonometric functions. The trigonometric functions are always in the form of a plus or minus b, the cos or sine of cx, where a plus b is the max value of f of x, a minus b is the min value, and 2 pi over c is equal to the period. And using that question, we just worked out the answers. That's just one of the images, and we worked out the answers there. Okay, so I hope that that'll be a benefit just for me to have talked through them again. There are just a few trigonometry questions from the exam papers, from the SEC state exam papers.